in New Hampshire today. We're going to be talking about the Browning High Power. We've got two versions of this gun. We have an early version. This is, well, fairly early version, made in the early 1980s, so a few decades old. Nothing has been done to this gun. It is stock. A couple minor changes. I have put a slightly extended grip safety, manual safety here, and that is simply so I could get a better purchase on it. The one that was originally with the gun was teeny. I've removed the magazine disconnect, which I believe is a potential liability for, at least for me. Other people like them, and that's fine. When you do remove that, it improves the trigger dramatically. And then the last thing I've done is swapped out the grips. These are thin, low-profile grips. I really like them. Made the gun profile very narrow. So this is one of the guns we'll be shooting today. The other one is pretty much a brand new version, again belonging to a close friend of mine who allowed me to borrow this today. And over the years, Browning has made some really nice improvements to the gun. The biggest one, of course, is the ambidextrous safety, which you see here. So from either side you can operate that, which is very nice. They've changed the sights, and you have sort of a 3-dot alignment here with a fairly large back dovetail there, so you can see quite well, versus this military style version. Again, it's just teeny. Very, very difficult to pick up these sights. I mean, they work, but they're very rudimentary. The other thing is this gun, the older version, is very sharp around the edges, whereas the newer version has smoothed that down, so you don't get the typical bite that you'd get. And so we're going to go ahead and shoot these. We'll look at some accuracy at relatively short distance, and then we'll also be shooting some steel. So what we have out here is we just have some plates. I'm going to shoot them, give you some sense of what that looks like. I love shooting steel because it's an immediate reactive target, so you get a real sense that you've actually hit something. And so I'm just going to fire a few rounds. We'll take a look at that. I'm shooting the new version that I just showed you, which has the better sights, better safety, external safety, and feels a little bit better in my hand, just a fewer rough edges. So we're going to take a look at that right now. So pretty easy to shoot, which is one of the reasons that people like this gun so much. Browning just did a fabulous job in terms of the ergonomics. And for anybody who likes shooting a single action pistol, along the lines of the 1911, I'll tell you that Browning High Power is just a great way to go. Very easy to get good hits, and very, very natural. The ergonomics are great. So I just love shooting this pistol. So we'll be shooting a little bit more and give you an idea from different angles kind of what it looks like. So what I'm seeing from this side, we'll go out and take a quick look at the target. But basically, I would want to drift this sight a little bit. I'm shooting a little bit to the left, as you'll see here, and again, not terribly. But you can see basically the group is clustered on this side, and I'm holding right here. So I would want to, if this were my gun, I would drift the rear sight slightly to the right to kind of be straight on with that. So that was at 5. Going to do the same thing now at 7. And again, you can see the gun is plenty accurate. Any accuracy errors or omissions are the shooter. So let's take a look at 7. I'm going to start at 5, I'm going to shoot a target, move back to 7, shoot a target again, and then we'll go in and look at both. So we should get a sense of whether the ammunition is having an effect, as it usually does with this particular firearm. that group, other than one high flyer, is pretty much clustered right in there. So this ammunition seems to be working pretty well on this gun. So I'm going to step back 2 yards and we'll do the same drill at 4. So now we'll see if I can do justice to the gun and to the ammunition. Okay, not as impressive. Again, nothing to do with the gun. Let's keep in mind that the shooter is average at best. And this particular firearm is not one that I own. I'll actually shoot mine in a little bit, but I'm having so much fun with this one right now that I don't want to give up on it. So this number 4, this was from 7 with 115 grain, and this right here, number 3, was from 5, and you can see a real nice group here. I threw one out. My group's starting to open up a little bit. Again, I think that's more me not being familiar with the gun, but you can see the gun from an accuracy standpoint is really more than you'd need from a combat type situation. Now what I'm going to do is just a basic combat drill, to the center, one to the head. Do that a couple times and we'll take a look at the target from there. I'm not going to shoot real fast. I'm going to just try to shoot at a reasonable speed for combat accuracy. So I'm trying to get hits. I am trying to watch the front sights. What's interesting is all my headshots, I'm shooting just a little bit high. We'll take a look at that in a minute. And for the headshots, I'm also throwing them a little bit to the right. So we're going to walk down here real quick, see what we think. Again, the Browning's really a sweet gun to shoot because it is very ergonomically dialed in. So you can see 5, I'm not shooting particularly fast. The center hits are here good. These I'm not happy with. I'm outside. I mean, this might give them a bad hair day, but really we want to get that ocular cranial area. So want to try that again. I'm actually going to tape the target and just try to slow down on the headshot and really focus in on the front sight. See if that doesn't make a difference. It should. So what we've got, nice center hits there, not a big deal. I got one kind of low, but basically center mass is good. But here at the head, what you're seeing is I'm just off to the left every single time. Again, I would not, even if someone's shooting at me and they're off to the left, that would still be a bad headache. So yeah, I would not say this is the gun. I'd say this is totally the shooter and the way I'm manipulating a relatively new gun. Okay, one of the things that you see people do sometimes is they go with this extended 20-round magazine, and while I suppose in some situations it might be applicable, not really sure what they are. So I own one just for the sheer sake of owning one and having some fun with it. But it does make the gun a bit unwieldy, and it certainly doesn't really work from presentations from the holster. But anyway, just for the fun of it, I thought we would do a mag dump on the steel and see what kind of fun I can have. So again, we've got the 20-round mag. I didn't hit all of them, but I sure as heck had a lot of fun. Gotta love it. Browning high power, 20-round mag, a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and If you enjoy the videos, tell other folks about them. Love to have more folks join the channel. If you'd like to see something that you're not seeing, or if you have comments that you'd like to share, I'd encourage you to do so. So again, thanks so much, and as always, stay safe.